We rise from the ashes, roots in the ground, rooted and resilient, power in our speech. Hello, and welcome back to Rooted and Resilient Voices, the space where we create room for honest stories of healing, conversations, resilience, and faith. I'm your host, Jasmine Rush, and I'm excited that you are here with me. On this episode, it's going to be a little bit different. Over the past few weeks, we've heard some very powerful stories from women navigating trauma, transition, motherhood, leadership, and sacrifice. Healing, purpose. Every conversation has reminded me that resilience wears many different faces. But today, I want to slow things down just a little bit. I want to step away from the polished interviews and simply share something very personal. Because sometimes the stories that shape us most are the ones closest to home. So this is not about perfection. It's not about performance. It's simply about connection. I started thinking about the women who helped shape the way I move through this world. The women whose strength, wisdom, and sacrifices had become a part of my own foundation, even before I even understood what those sacrifices were, or even what the word resilience even meant. And one of those women is my mother. So if you know a little bit about me, you've heard a little bit about how my mom struggled with drugs and how she was a wonderful singer and she's overcome so many different things. But as daughters, we grow up hearing stories without fully realizing the weight behind them. And sometimes we don't stop long enough to ask questions. Well, sometimes we don't realize until we become adults ourselves just how much our mothers carried while they were showing up every day or doing their best to navigate whatever struggles they had themselves. So we are going to simply pause, and I'm going to invite you into this conversation that I had between daughter and her mother, and there's no pressure. I hope that this conversation brings you healing. There's no big production. You won't see my face. You won't see her face. You'll just hear honesty from what she can recall, just her reflection and a generational understanding that she has from her time. And here's the thing that I think that's really beautiful about what was able to be captured is that I had an opportunity to share a moment with my mom. And so wherever you're listening from, I hope that this conversation reminds you to ask questions, listen just a little bit deeper, and honor the people whose lives have helped shape yours, no matter how they have helped shape yours. So here's my conversation with my mom, and I'll be playing the voice memo for you. All right? Would take you to the bar to do what?
Only once. Okay. Only once. So he took me to the bar, set me on a stool, and told the people, give her what she wants.
Give her what she wants.
Yeah, of course, potato chips and, little snack things like that.
Okay.
That were at the bar at the time. I think I might have got some potato chips.
Okay.
And that's it.
Oh, yeah. Mom, and you remember any other stories about Granddad other than this one about the bar?
I recall when they first got that Rambler, we were living on Howard Street, getting ready to move over to Gwinoak Avenue.
What is a Rambler?
It's a station wagon vehicle, and it was like it held like 6-8 people in the vehicle, and it was a Rambler because me and Greg used to be on the front porch on Howard Street talking about that's my car. Because we go by, that's my car. No, that's my car. That's my car. That's my car. And I
the cars that would go up and down the street on your residence street.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember that part. That was kind of swell. And of course, he used to listen to the stereo that we had in the household. And we had an upright piano in the household because my dad, he could sing really well, as well as my mom.
I didn't know he could sing.
Yeah, Pop, he
I did not know.
Yeah.
He used to sing opera and everything.
Yes, indeed.
We had
Pop
music
was
coming on
too.
Talk about the music that you were raised on.
Well, the music was gospels and R&B.
And
And classical music and coming out of the stereo system. We had a living room, dining room, kitchen, backyard. At the second floor had 3 bedrooms in it, and they heated by coal. The system was heated by coal. The coal people come deliver a ton of coal, and then they would have to take it and shovel it into the coal furnace.
That was on what street?
On Howard Street. It was on Howard Street. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah, it went on pretty much so for a while. Then we moved from Howard Street, we moved to Gwinoak Avenue.
How old were you when you moved to Gwinoak?
Like 11, 12.
13.
13, yeah.
And what high school did you go to?
Carver, Vocational Technical High. And I went to Booker T. Washington Junior High School.
Okay.
Or middle school.
What did you do at Carver?
I took business administration. I worked with the computers, the 029. Then we worked with the full keyboard. Then we had accounting, English, history, and I was in the youth choir in Carver. In the youth choir in Carver.
What did you do after high school?
After high school, I was married.
No, before you got married, what did you do after high school? You did some training, right? You did some.
At Peabody Conservatory of Music.
What did you do there?
Vocal training.
And what else did you do?
That's it, vocal training.
How did you learn to play the piano?
And I went to Peabody.
How did you learn to play the piano?
For Peabody Conservatory of Music.
You played the piano there?
Yeah, I was learning how to finger with both my hands on the keyboard and learning to sight read. But somehow or another escaped me, very much so. But I had that experience in junior high school, and I was picked for the All Maryland State Choir in high school, and I was in the 10th or 11th grade when that occurred, when I was picked for the All Maryland State Choir.
Wow.
And we performed in Washington, D.C. Mom came to see us there, too.
All new facts that I'm learning about my mother at 45 years of age.
Really? Oh, my God.
Yeah, it was kind of fading out of memory.
This is awesome.
Yeah, those are facts.
So I have a love for business. I always have had a love for business. I could only place it to grandma. But I can place some to you. Because you went and did business.
Yes, she did.
But I never could give you credit because I didn't know none of this.
She was a bank teller also.
I knew she was a bank teller. I didn't know she did bank teller. Yeah, I knew she did bank teller, and I knew she did Kelly Services. Can you talk to me a little bit about Germany?
Oh, Germany! Oh, what an experience that was. Well, your dad went over there first. He was the 32nd Armored Division, and then he went in the fall of the year, and then he got housing. He called for me to come over there, and I went in December, I believe. And once I got to Germany, he was there to pick me up at the airport, at the Flughafen, I think it was. And we was riding in a school bus. And as we were riding in the school bus, I saw these sheep. The sheep herders were on the side of the road with their sheep. And of course, he got to the apartment, which was Bad Noham, which is where we live. In fact, your grandmother and Alice came over there to visit with me and your dad. in Bad Noham, Germany. Yeah, we stayed over there for 2 years plus months. And I worked first as a waitress in the NCO club in Bad Noham. Freiburg, it was called Freiburg. I worked as a waitress. The plantation club was in Frankfurt. Frankfurt, Germany. Yeah.
Where did you get on the record? Because your album hit like top 100 in Germany. Where did you get on? Or I think somewhere in Europe you hit top 100. Mm-hmm. I think it was 70, either 70 or in the 80s.
Oh, wow.
Where was that? How did that come about? What happened?
Okay, it happened when I was working as a waitress in Bad Noham, and my cousins had dared me to go up there and sing, and I went and sang before the audience, and everybody got up, was moving, dancing around, and they were saying how good I was. And then I met a black guy that had a band, and together. And he said, I want you to sing with my band. I said, okay. And then we went to rehearsed in a place called Frankfurt, I believe it was. And
what was the name of the band?
Tempo 88.
The Tempo 88.
Tempo 88 was the name of the band. Mm-hmm. And then I said, how did I meet with Peter Butcher? He was the manager. He was the manager.
The Tina was the first one,
right?
Tina was the boss, right?
Yes, she was.
And Peter was underneath the Tina.
Yeah. And then Peter came to my apartment, to my dad and my apartment. He said, I want you to come and sing for me. And he explained how he could get a recording deal with me through David Allen.
Oh, I didn't know this part.
He was a producer.
I didn't know this part.
David Allen was a producer. And David said he liked her voice and all of that, and key and all that. So he arranged David Allen for me to sign a contract, a year's recording contract. And out of that year's recording contract, I did a cover of the Supremes' Stop in the Name of Love. You keep me hanging on.
What?
Yeah. So out of that came Peter, who was able to get us gigs all over Germany. And Alice came over and she started to sing with us. And a girl named Gwendolyn, I hired her services to sing with us, and we had a group formed together. And yes, we sang all up and down Germany. Yes, it was. It was an experience, to say the least.
Give the name of it.
Oh, Climax.
Yeah, Ronnie Hill and what?
Ebony Fever.
Climax Soul Show.
Climax Soul Show. Yeah.
What?
You didn't know that?
No, I didn't know that. You can say that. This is fine. It's recorded.
Oh,
it's the audio is perfect.
Yeah,
this is perfect.
Ronnie Hill, that's why this is amazing, because she was the lead singer of this magnificent Climax Soul Show that toured the whole of Germany, from east to west, from Frankfurt to West Berlin. All the townships in between and all that. She has some real experiences that she can share about.
Why don't you share more often with your family?
So
that's a rich
legacy.
history and legacy that
it's
you
a
have.
legacy.
Yeah,
that you don't share. That I think. I mean, it makes you so mysterious to us because you keep things so bottled up.
Yes, she did.
And It's like, going on a treasure hunt, trying to find stuff, and you're like, everything's fine. Everything's and there's so much in there, but
so
I
much
guess you have
history.
to ask the right questions to get it out of you. Okay,
Yeah.
I see. This is how we're gonna have to play this game. This conversation will continue.
Okay.
Yeah, as we go on this journey, I think this conversation will continue. Let me ask you another question.
Yes, ma'am.
So you're on this journey in Germany. You're having this experience with your sister, and you're touring from east to west in Germany.
Yeah.
What is one thing that you do here that you never thought would happen in Germany?
The Berlin Wall.
Okay, what happens at the Berlin Wall?
We were right on the crest in the recording studio in Berlin of the Berlin Wall. So, at the recording studio.
Oh, was that the Berlin Wall? Was that the? And you can look and see it before it was torn down.
Recording studio.
This was before it was torn down.
Okay.
You know, the Berlin Wall divided the East from the West.
Okay.
Because the East was communist and the West is non-communist.
Okay.
The West looked like New York City and the East looked like the ancient times.
Understand.
Non-developed.
Okay, understand.
So the Berlin Wall divided that part from the civilized part. So that's what she's explaining.
Okay.
The recording studio was the civilized part.
Wow.
And going through, we had to show our passports.
Okay.
To make sure that we were American citizens or citizenship of England or what have you before we passed through the checkpoint.
Okay.
Where they had where the East divided the West. It was something else. Wow. Sometimes the memory fades and comes back in. And before then, the band, I was a bank teller at the American Express.
You used to work for American Express?
Yes, I used to work for American Express. As a bank teller. And I sold foreign currencies, such as Swiss francs, Deutschmarks, Canadian dollars, what else? Holland guilders. I sold all sorts of foreign currencies that converted the dollar into the Dutch mark or into whichever country they were traveling to. They could convert the American dollars into the country of their choice.
Wow. So, did you work for American Express in Germany, or did you work for American Express in America?
I worked for them in Germany.
In Germany, okay. Wow. That's super cool.
I was one of the first black bank tellers they had.
Oh, so you just drop the nugget and just move on. I was one of the first bank tellers they had. Black bank tellers they had. You're just gonna just drop that and move on. That's big.
Oh, yeah.
You were trailblazing.
Oh, really? Yes.
You don't recognize that? That's massive.
God, it is massive.
Wow. Mom, I really didn't know. I hate that it takes, me this long to figure you out.
See,
this is what we talk about not really knowing somebody.
The communication is the key factor, and it's all a part of Ephesians 6:12, baby. The earth system. See, the deception, because we don't really know each other and talk. When I was in there, and the tears welled up, and it made sense because you don't talk about, and I never knew, just like the disconnection, and we have to connect God, want us to connect God, ordained us to connect His people. His people connect. Everybody
and His people.
Come on.
Everybody and His people. Okay, look at the think.
I ain't never did it.
Okay. Look, I don't want to have to pay for nothing.
No, I ain't not did it.
Okay.
Ain't not did it. I'm just silly. Girl, I got to be.
to keep my sisters together.
Yeah,
You
keep
know,
those
I
sisters
got
together.
to.
And the years have gone by so fast.
They have. How old are
And
you?
so quickly.
How old are you?
I'll be 7 plus.
7 what?
7 plus.
7 plus what?
This is it.
Come on. Put a number to it. That's awesome.
74.
Say it out loud.
Oh, no.
That's a blessing.
7
You're
plus.
here.
And you got 3
You're here,
children and
ma'am.
3 grandchildren.
Remember what you've been through. You're here.
Yeah, the Lord saw fit
here.
to give.
Saw fit to give me
I
these
do want to
years.
recall that at your 70th birthday, we almost lost you.
Mm-hmm.
You do recall that?
We were at a restaurant, weren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, we was at that restaurant.
Oh.
And you went out at the table. Just like that.
So you had to take me to the hospital?
Yes.
Hmm.
Yeah. Your oxygen had went
Gone.
that low.
Gone.
Your oxygen level had went that low. And at the time, she wasn't on the oxygen machine, was she?
No.
Yeah, see, that's what had happened. That's what happened. Your oxygen level had went and dropped that low. And Lord,
So that's why I say.
You knew it was my time to leave here.
Ain't nobody leave here until it's their
He
time.
knew it was my time to leave here.
Until it's their time, they not going to
Oh, get it, look, get it, rocking, and rocking,
And a lot of people
and
got
rocking.
stories about surviving stuff that 9 times out of 10, the average person wouldn't survive. You a trooper girl.
I can say I survived about 4 or 5 times.
That Jasmine, about your mother. This is so awesome and much needed. All of these years, and you never shared that because it was evidently the time wasn't right.
Oh, yeah.
The time is right now, and the clarity that's in Jasmine's mind now. It should do you a little good. Knowing the clarity that was provided by this
Absolutely. A blessing. It's a blessing.
A huge blessing.
A huge blessing.
I'm
telling you.
That was given to you. A spirit.
Absolutely.
I can feel it.
Absolutely.
Because I was looking at your face. I was like, you didn't know.
No.
But you really didn't know the essence.
But I've asked many times and gotten nothing.
Come out and
I've gotten nothing.
Black.
And this was the first time that I've gotten something.
And we're in California.
Yes.
Halfway around the world from where it actually happened. Germany, Deutschland. We're closer to Deutschland on the east coast than we are from on the west coast.
And then they got the traveling spirit in them, your kids.
Oh,
your
yeah.
Got that international flair and
Oh,
that traveling
yeah.
spirit that you and your father.
Even that.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? Like
this
is
no coincidence.
No, nothing is by coincidence.
I said that book, that was a classic.
Listening back to that conversation reminded me of something very important. Resilience is not always loud. Sometimes resilience looks like survival. Sometimes it looks like sacrifice. Sometimes it looks like motherhood. Sometimes it looks like continuing to show up while quietly carrying things that no one else sees. Sometimes the strongest people we know never even call themselves strong. I think one of the greatest gifts that we can give people we love is curiosity. Taking time to ask questions, taking time to truly hear their stories while we still can. There's wisdom in the generation before us. There are lessons hidden inside ordinary conversations. And here is healing and understanding where we come from. There is healing and understanding where we come from. Thank you for slowing down with me. And if this episode encouraged you in any way, maybe this is your reminder to call your grandmother, your mother, your aunt, or someone who helped shape your life and ask them about their story. Thank you for being part of the Rooted and Resilient community. And until next time, stay rooted and stay resilient. Keep moving forward in faith. Thank you for listening to Rooted and Resilient Voices. If this podcast episode blessed you, like, share, and leave a review. Until next time, stay rooted in faith and resilient in purpose. Unbreakable.